Hey guys, Bridget here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a graphic portfolio which stands out. So I'm going to outline some of the tips and strategies for aspiring and professional designers, no matter where you are in your career. This advice applies for both students, junior designers, and even the designers with experience. And I've been a designer myself for over the past decade and also have a BA in graphic design. So I'm eager to get started and share the actual tips which are going to help you stand out in today's job market. So let's get started with the basics. First of all, we have to talk about the purpose of a portfolio. The essence is going to be to showcase your skills, your creativity, and outline the experience that you have. And of course, the end goal is going to be attracting your ideal clients or employers. Now, I'm going to highlight the word ideal because this is extremely important. We're going to need to reverse engineer who is your ideal dream client and employer. And you have to think about what are going to be the type of work that those type of clients or employers are going to absolutely adore looking at and are going to really make them want to contact you back. And of course, on top of that, the portfolio is going to help for all communicating your unique design style. So the very first step that you need to take even before you get started in creating all of the beautiful mockups for the projects and the structure of your website is actually going to be defining your target audience. So you have to think about who is this for? Like what type of clients are you looking for? Is it freelance work? Is it agencies or in-house teams that you want to apply? Is it any specific industry? Because design is actually a service that applies to many different type of companies and services. So you have to think through this even before you actually get started with the design portfolio itself. And you're going to want to tailor the content. So focus on projects relevant to your audience needs. So to reiterate what I mentioned at the beginning, you have to identify their pain points and reverse engineer the strategy based on that. So what is it that they are ideally looking for? What type of talents is missing in the marketplace, or who are the top 1, 2, 3% designers out there that have all of the opportunities, because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to that Pareto distribution, which is applies pretty much throughout everything in life. So the essentials for a great portfolio are going to be simple and straight to the point. You absolutely need a professional designer with high quality visuals. You definitely need to invest time, effort, and energy into creating the very best professional designs that you can, and to try and organize it in a way which is compelling, because at the end of the day, that is going to be your foot in the door, and just the right person is actually going to help you change your career entirely if he receives the right first impression from you. So you can actually have a life-changing effect from this effort. So definitely put in the work, put in the hours, as that is going to be extremely important. And on top of that, you want to give a clear project context. So don't just outline the visuals, explain the context, explain what was the pain point, what was the solution that you offered, and what was the challenges that you overcome in the journey towards that solution. So create an easy navigation of this storytelling, which is going to be essential for the portfolio. And on top of that, it's important to select the projects well. Now, this is where quality wins over quantity. So always keep that process in mind, that concept in mind, and select your very best and most relevant work, together with adding some variety of styles and project types so that the potential employer can see your creativity and the fact that you can navigate through different type of projects. And it's also totally fine if you want to add personal passion projects. So that's something that you can definitely include, and that is going to help support the portfolio impact, as long as they are quality projects. And talking about storytelling, which I mentioned just a moment ago, tell the story behind each project. So tell about the problem or brief that you had initially. What was your process and approach? And what was the outcome and impact? So use concise descriptions and visuals to narrate. And you can use a mix between text and visuals, but again, try to make it a visual storytelling. At the end of the day, we're designers, so this is the area of our expertise. So definitely you have all of the tools and knowledge needed in order to make this happen. And you also want to create a consistent visual identity. So think about your personal brand. Think about the color palette, the typography, the design style, and even your personal logo and branding. Everything needs to work in a consistent way with your unique project and design style and personality. So try and think about all of these aspects as a element, as a ingredient to create a recipe. Each ingredient is going to work towards the end recipe and the end result. And you also want to choose the right format. So for the very most part, we live in the digital world. So a digital portfolio, such as a website or an online platform, is going to be a must these days. However, there's going to be instances where you might need a PDF portfolio or even a physical portfolio if for in-person interviews. And depending on the specialization and the industry and the company, really, those are going to be definitely things that you have to consider. Although, again, we live in a digital world, so a website nowadays is an absolute must, or at the bare minimum, a Behance or Dribbble page where you have all of your portfolio items. And overall, think about designing a user-friendly layout. So you want to keep clear navigation, an organized layout, and absolutely be sure that the design is working in a responsive fashion, because nowadays if you send an email to a potential employer, chances are they might be on the go, and they're going to briefly check it on mobile. And if the first impression is not good, if it's not working well, if it's not displaying in the correct way, you just burned an opportunity out of that. And there's so much traffic coming from mobile that it's absolutely important. So keep the navigation clear, and you can actually ask one of your friends or family to try and utilize the website and see if all of the main sections, such as the work, the about, the contact, are easily accessible. And last but not least, write an engaging about section. There's so many examples of designers that applied to previous roles that I hired for, and they lacked a about section which maybe understand a little bit about themselves, which is so unique, because adding a personal touch and human touch is going to be really important. So talk about your background and experience, share your unique skills or perspectives, and keep a friendly but professional tone. And on top of that, a bonus tip, I would 100% recommend you to have a LinkedIn profile because these days it's pretty much a must in order for potential employers to understand your background and your education and experience. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions related to this topic, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And if you want to learn more about design, I have over 900 videos entirely for free on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check them out, and I'll see you in the next one.